Hey YouTube, it's Courtney, or VSG Redesigned Me. I'm coming at you with a week, look below, because I have no clue. I think it's 19 or 18 or something. Post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I had surgery on January 7th, 2015 with Dr. Eric Sommer at the York Bariatric Group. It was done at Hudson Valley Hospital Center, which is now New York Presbyterian Hospital in Cortland Manor, New York. My highest weight was 345. I come at you this week at 264.5. I'm sorry, I don't have my stats. I'm doing this on the fly. So that's a total loss of around 79 pounds right now. I'm feeling really good. I had my 4-month post-op visit. I am so sorry, guys. With my surgeon on Tuesday afternoon. And I wanted to report on everything that I found out there. So, a funny story is when we got there, I was talking to one of his receptionist, nurse aide type people, and she's lovely. Her name is Stephanie, and she had surgery 2 years ago, and then her husband also had surgery, and she's maintaining her weight. She lost 100 and something pounds. She looks excellent. But we were talking about various weight loss surgery things. I told her about obesity help, and she's interested. She might actually go. And we talked about WLSFA and all that fun stuff, since I haven't been to my surgeon's office since March. And my surgeon came out of a consult, and when he came out of the consult, he came over and he looked at my chart, and he looked at Stephanie. He's like, "Whose chart is this?" And Stephanie was like, "It's hers." And he's like, "No, seriously, whose chart is this?" And he's like, what is this?" And he was looking at my weight, and she was like, "It's Courtney's." And I sheepishly was like, "Hi." And he looked up at me and he's like, "Get in my office." So we get in the office and he closes the door. I should let you know that the whole office was filled. And usually when I see him, I'm first in the morning, so there aren't a lot of people around. But he's like, "Well, I guess I have to give you a high five." And I was like, "Okay." So he gives me a high five, which is normal. Tara and I always get high fives. But apparently, I guess not everybody gets high fives. So he's like, "Your weight loss, it's so good." And I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "I'm losing around 3.5 pounds a week." And he's like, "Yeah, I see that." And he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm following your directions." And we took up long distance biking, but that really hasn't changed my weight loss. It's actually kind of slowed it down a bit. And he's like, "That's excellent." He's like, "You're doing so great." I have nothing to say here. You're just doing so well. He said that national average is 5 to 10 pounds a month. So I have some feelings about this that maybe other people won't have, but I want to say that I think the YouTube community has a higher than average weight loss curve. If you are active in the YouTube community and you gain the support and the knowledge from that type of collective intelligence, I think you end up doing better. Now, of course, there are people that are struggling and everything, but I'd say that the standard is, I thought that I was normal. I was like, I'm fairly within line, maybe an extra pound more, but I didn't know I was 5 pounds above the high end of the average for weight loss surgery. So that was interesting. And then Tara's she's just not even on the scale. So I said to him, I was like, I kind of want my goal to be 185. Originally it was 175, but I think that might be too low. So given how Tara looks at 165, I think 185 might be where I want to be. I'm not sure yet. I'm reserving the right to change that goal. But he's like, if you continue going the way you're going, he said that I would have hit goal probably by my year surgery. If I slow down little bit longer, but he says that given where I am now in my journey, that 185 is completely obtainable as long as I keep doing what I'm doing. So that was really good news. I asked him about recovery after biking because we are starting the longer distances and I want to make sure that I'm not hurting my body. But he said not to replenish with carbohydrates, which would have been my first guess. He said that actually what I should just be doing is supplementing with some extra protein, whether it be in a shake or a bar, or just food in general. And he said Quest bars are okay, but he's not crazy about the carbohydrates on them. But and that cookies and cream is his favorite. So there's that. And but he said that not to try to carb load because I have so much fat stored that my body doesn't need the energy, because it can just pull the energy from my fat, and that for a while I won't need to worry about that, so I can just use that biking and that crazy calorie burn as a way to deplete my fat stores faster. He also said that I'll notice a difference in body shape because of the way the bike works in terms of your physicality. So he said that I should notice a large decrease in abdominal and leg fat. Actually, in the last 3 weeks, I've noticed that I've had a lift in my butt, and I think that has to do with because the more you use your bike and the more you bike, the more likely you are to use your full quad muscles and your glutes instead of just using your leg force. So what he said happens is you end up building muscle in that area, which burns fat faster in those areas. So that was pretty cool to hear. He was really happy to hear that I was biking, and he thinks that I'm going to catch the bug. I think I already have. And there was nothing else to report in that regard. He was pretty happy with what I'm doing. And then I told him about the bruising. He asked first if I'm clumsy and I bump into a lot of things, and I don't. So I explained how many, because there was like 30 bruises on my legs. They're not there right now, but they had been. And he said that he thinks it's my vitamin K levels. I have a blood work script that I need to get done. I haven't had time to do it this week. It's been crazy at work. So I'm going to go get my blood work done probably tomorrow morning and see how my vitamins are doing. And so he recommended eating more spinach and vegetables with vitamin K in it, and to start taking vitamin K supplements, but I have to go to Vitamin Shop to get them. I checked at Target the other night and they didn't have them. And then I talked to him. I have really severe acid reflux. It's like a 50-50 chance whether or not it feels like I have a volcano coming out of my throat, and it's really uncomfortable. So he asked me if I was eating a lot of acidic and spicy foods. I said, well, I do eat spicy foods and I do have coffee. He says, well, he's not going to stop me from drinking coffee because he doesn't think it makes that much of a difference to stop it. But he did say that he was going to give me protonics, and that if I find that the one protonic doesn't work, to up it to 2. So I have to go pick up that prescription today or tomorrow. So that's where we are right now. It was overall a really good visit. He was super happy with me. I told him that I made YouTube videos, and he's like, do you mention me in the videos? And I was like, yes. And I was like, good advertisement for you, huh? And he goes, I'm not going to complain. So he knows that actually 2 of Dr. Sommer's patients recently reached out to me on YouTube. So if you are Dr. Sommer's patients, please add me on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you if you have any questions. And I'm here. He's a great surgeon, and if you're in the New York area, in Westchester or the Hudson Valley, or even further north or west, I highly recommend York Bariatric Group. They also have a practice in the city and on Long Island. But Dr. Sommer is only in Cortland Manor. So I think that's about it. I'm going to keep this short. We're going to go for another bike ride tomorrow. Tara and I signed up for 2 11-mile road races for fundraising. They're not competitive. And they have a shorter scenic ride there's one on next weekend, and then there's one coming up at the end of June. So that gives us a chance to ride on the road and get used to being around other cars. So I'm excited about that. And I think that's about it. So I hope everybody's doing well. Have a great Memorial weekend with your families, and, you know, keep going on. So I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.